What's going on? My name is Greg Helbeck, and on this video, I'm going to teach you how do you value property in a shifting market, right? A lot of people getting concerned about the real estate market. They're like, oh my God, what's going on? How do I figure out what properties are worth? Properties are declining. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how do you value property in a declining market. Now, before I get started, if you are new to my channel, my name is Greg Helbeck, and I've bought and sold well over 130 houses. Heck, I'm buying another house today, bought another house the other day. So I've done this business for a while. I've been doing it since 2015. I got a lot of experience. I've made a lot of mistakes. So if you want to learn from my mistakes, subscribe, like the video, and let me know your thoughts. So anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So how do you value property in a market that's going down, right? Because if you have been in the real estate game for more than 2 days, you probably realize that prices now, I mean, it's almost 2023. It's the end of 2022. Are somewhat on the decline nationwide, right? So how do we figure out what a property is worth when the market's going down? Because at the end of the day, if you use sold comparables from the summer, if you're talking about right now in the winter, you're going to be way off, right? Because at the end of the day, the way you value property in a declining market is really by doing two things. Heavily looking at active properties for sale, and also putting some pretty good weight on pending properties, right? So I'll talk about the pending properties first. So a pending property is a property that's on the MLS, or you can find it on Zillow or Redfin, that was active for sale and now is pending to close, which means someone made an offer, the seller accepted the offer, and the buyer has signed a contract with the seller, and they're, at the closing attorney's office trying to get the closing worked out, right? Now, do all pending sales close? Absolutely not. There's issues that kill deals all the time. But a pending deal is a pretty good indication on a buyer feeling a seller has a property priced right, and it's basically a lead indicator that is going to reflect a sale most likely, right? So then it will turn into a sold comparable after that. So a pending sale basically tells you what the market probably thinks it's going to sell for. And then also, I like pendings because it tells you, when you're looking on the MLS, how long has that property been on the market until it went pending, right? So if you put a property on the market and it goes pending in 3 days, that means it was priced pretty right, and the marketplace thinks that was a pretty good price, and blah, 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 blah. It's most likely going to close. So pendings are important because in a shifting market, you want to see what the current inventory is starting to sell for. And now I'm going to make my main point, which is the active properties for sale, right? So let's say you're flipping houses like me, and you're going to sell your house on the MLS when you're done with it, through a realtor, or maybe you're a realtor yourself. You want to go before you list your property, and you want to go on the MLS or Zillow or Redfin or Trulia, and you want to see what are your competitors selling for, right? Let's say you have a 3-2 house in a nice neighborhood in Long Island or wherever you live, and it's a Cape Cod house, and you want to basically see what are the other similar houses selling for. Let's say you're in an area where there's a lot of Cape Cod houses, and your house is a renovated Cape Cod house, and before you put your house on the market, you want to see what other similar homes are for sale for, so you can see how you can have an edge over your competitors. So you go on the MLS, you see most Cape Cods that are 3 beds plus are on the market actively for $400,000, right? So in my scenario, if this was me, I would say, okay, all of my competitors are selling for $400,000. That's what the actives are, that's what the actives are for sale for. Probably look at a pending, see it's probably pending for $400,000, $420,000. Now, if I wanted to be competitive and get my house under contract quickly, I would list my house via the actives, and I would see how long those actives are on the market for, see the DOM, days on market. I'd probably list my property a little bit below $400,000, to be honest with you, just so I can drive up a lot of interest and a lot of demand, hopefully get above the asking price and ultimately sell it for the $400,000, that what it's probably worth. So I'd probably list my property for $389,900, right? Try to do that on purpose because I know the other actives are $400,000. If I want a competitive advantage and I want to sell my house quick because that's what it's about in a down market, probably price my renovated property for $389,900, and try to drive up a lot of interest and a lot of demand to hopefully get the property maybe above that price and get it sold quickly, right? So the main point I want to make, you want to look at pendings and you mostly want to look at actives to see what the marketplace is doing around your subject property. And here's another thing. You don't want to get greedy, right? In a down market, you want to take offers and you want to make sure, obviously, the offers are reasonable and they have a high chance of closing, but you don't want to get greedy and wait it out, because the longer you wait it out in a down market, the more trouble you're going to get in. So hopefully this video was helpful. Look at the pendings, look at the actives. If you're interested in potentially working with me as a coaching client, head over to bookacallwithgreg.com. Once again, if you're interested in potentially working with me as a coaching client, head over to bookacallwithgreg.com. If you're interested in learning how to do direct mail like an absolute gangster so you can get deals in consistently, go to directmailclass.com. Once again, that's directmailclass.com. And lastly, if you're in Delaware or New York and you want to JV with me, you want to partner with me on properties, whether you want to wholesale me properties or wholesale them together, etc., I can do both. Send me an email, greg@velocityhousebuyers.com. That's greg@velocityhousebuyers.com with the subject line deals. And I'll see you on the next video.